Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Good morning students. In this video session, I conclude about digestion and absorption topic. In this video session, one of the event of the digestion process, defecation process, and the total different events of digestion and absorption process, it is a controlling by the some of the hormones, that is a gastrointestinal hormones. What are the significant role of the gastrointestinal hormones? That concept also I have to inform. And then next one, some of the disorders of the digestive system. That and all in this video you will get a clarity. Let me start today video session. Sinana, we know the several events of the digestive system. Okay, here ingestion means taking of the food. Then what we take in food by the different enzyme activities that will be start to digestion. After digestion of complex molecules into the simple molecules, simple absorbed particles, that want to absorption in the place of the small intestine, and then assimilation. What it is absorbed into the blood and lymph. Because of absorption process, totally it is in the either blood or maybe or another thing fat, okay, or another thing lymph. So what is my intention here mean amino acids and proteins are amino acids, and then carbohydrates, food digested food, glucose will be absorbed directly into the blood. Fatty acids and glycerols are absorbed into the lymph. Correct now? So absorption, after that what it is absorbed into the blood and then lymph, that food particles are utilizing by the different tissues that will be process we called as a assimilation. So up to now what we completed that and all these events in the digestion. And then next one, last one, that is defecation. What is the defecation? Here what we take in food, all the food, 100% of the food not yet utilizing by our body, not yet digested by our body. Maybe some quantity of the food, I mean some type of foods only will be absorbed, okay, digest and then absorb, okay. All the digested food also not yet absorbed to the blood and lymph, okay. So how much quantity is necessary for our food our body requirement, such quantity only will be absorbed. So excessive quantity of anything, what are the undigested food that want to release from our body? So in the fecal matter, so that's such a activity, such a event in that we called defecation. Fecal matter escission or stool escission are releasing from our body, that process we call as a defecation. See, undigested food, the definition about the defecation, undigested food and then unabsorbed food. Unabsorbed food, what are the food substances are present in the large intestine? Because of small intestinal places, in the small intestinal places all the food is digested and absorption. In the large intestine there is no any digestion process, digestion step not yet present in the large intestine, correct now? So here, so what food after small intestine is enter into the large intestine, in the large intestine that only one, the two major, especially one is major function, second one is a additional function. What it is? Totally two functions are happened in the large intestine. What are that functions? One is absorption of the some water and minerals and drugs. Okay, so large intestinal places there is no any digestion process, only absorption process, that too may some water and minerals and drugs. Which of the water, if for example our body having the low water condition, on that time these large intestinal places onwards any water is present in our undigested food, that will be reabsorbing along with water, minerals also, because of minerals and everything will be dissolved in the water. So drugs also, what we take in medicines, some of the medicines are absorbing in the place of the these large intestine. Some of the drugs are absorbed in the saliva, some of the drugs are alcohol absorbed in the stomach, that we already seen, correct now. So here that is one of the thing. Then next, that is a one function. Another function, secretion of the mucus, very very most important. Here when the food items, that too which type of food item, undigested and unabsorbed particles reach the large intestine, maybe that one having the some of the rough surfaces. Okay, by that rough substances, rough means granule substances, there is a lot of damages of large intestinal wall. So for prevention of that damages of the large intestinal wall, that large intestinal wall cells itself, they are secreting some of the mucus. It is helping in the holding of the food. Holding of the food means movement of the food. Movement of the food in the downwards towards of near to the rectal places, and act as a lubricant, reduce the friction. That is the thing. So finally, what food reach the large intestine after absorbing of the small quantity of the water and minerals, and then mixing with lubricants, secretions, such a food finally roughage. Roughage is nothing but fiber food, fiber undigested food, undigested unabsorbed food. For example, if you take anything much more food item, that much more food item will be containing with roughage. Here what is my intention mean, here what I said now, if you take any grass containing food, grass means vegetable food, especially what I am telling, vegetable food, that vegetable food, kerai, nothing but a kerais are having a lot of fiber content. Okay, for like several vegetarian food having a lot of roughage. Okay, roughage means fiber. So from that onwards, minerals that and all will be absorbed, but these fiber like structures not yet absorbed. It's just like a clean the alimentary canal. It's clean the alimentary canal. Such a roughage will be reach the end part of the alimentary canal. That end part of the alimentary canal is rectum. Digestive system diagram observation time we seen, correct now. So when it is roughage reach the rectum, it stored some long period. Long period means up to maximum, this is the rough estimation, maximum 8 to 10 hours. Okay, so slowly the undigested food and unabsorbed food what we taken, that and all totally reach the rectum places. Rectum places is stored. Then when the rectum is filled excessive over fecal matter or roughage, now on the time we felt one of the neural reflex, that neural reflex will be urged send out the fecal matter through the anal pore, okay, that one need neural reflex is necessary. Okay, that neural reflex given by the our brain information, that mean fecal matter will be enlarged, that little bit swell out, rectum will be enlarged with the presence of the fecal matter, accumulation of the fecal matter in the rectum. So it will be give the some signals to the central nervous system. That central nervous system will give the again reflects to the these anal pore. That anal pore having the two sphincters. Remembered na that two sphincters are external sphincter and internal sphincter. External sphincter is a voluntary sphincter. Internal sphincter is a involuntary sphincter. Now just for clarification, I will tell one of the thing. When the human being in the childhood, these anal sphincter is involuntary. So that's why before 1 year, 2 years babies, up to that age, the babies cannot controlling of the fecal matter adhesion, fecal matter releasing. So because of anal sphincters are not at voluntary. But after when the people are, when the babies are going to aging, so gradually that anal sphincter, that external anal sphincter will be become a voluntary internally. Okay, so this is one of the reason of motion time also. Okay, I do not explain much more. Finally, by the edge of the removing of these nerve reflex, the mass of peristaltic movement will causes in the rectum continuous peristaltic movement. Okay, then that peristaltic movement onwards it release the fecal matter in the pellet form, in the pellet form. In the which condition, if the water is not yet present in the rectal places, it is liberated in the form of the pellets. Okay, fecal matter we call as a pellets, ball like substances of the fecal matter we call as a pellets, nothing but a pellet pellets. If you see in anything of goat and sheep fecal matter, that in the form of the pellets, cockroach also. Okay, in our body also fecal matter in the pelleting form, in the bolus, because of in the pharynx we masticated food in the form of the bolus, ball like. In the up to digestion after also it will be totally in the form of the ball like. So finally it will reach the release it in through the pellets in the form of the fecal matter. Okay, that is the defecation process. Okay, then next concept, gastrointestinal hormones. It is a very interesting and very important. Here gastrointestinal hormones, total our body digestion process under controlling by are done by the several enzymes, no doubt at all. What are that enzymes? Salivary enzymes or gastric enzymes or pancreatic enzymes, or whatever it is, different locations of gut and associated glands are onwards. Several enzymes are synthesis. That enzymes are everything play an important role in the digestion process. Here along with enzymes, some of the hormones also play an important role for digestion. Okay, what are that hormones? Why they are playing important role? You will get some clarity now. See, gastrointestinal tract activation, either gastric places and stomach, and then not only the stomach place, from the esophagus onwards, what are the events or happens that and all controlling by the, that events are everything under controlling by the neural signals, some of the neural signals, some of the hormonal control, See, neural signals, how it is controlled. For example, peristaltic movement, that peristaltic movement controlling by the involuntary movement, that controlling by the autonomous nervous system, correct na? We know here pointer place paranga. Here gastrointestinal tract activation, that activities are everything under controlling by the neural and hormonal control. That peristaltic movement under controlling of the neural. Hormonal, some of the enzyme want to release are not necessary na, sufficient enzyme is released are like the total quantity and activity of digestion, that somewhat of activities are digestion process controlling by the hormonal control. You will get some clarity in the down. So here coordination of the different parts, in the stomach is one of the part, esophagus is one of the part, and small intestine. Here these parts want to coordinate, correct na? So that coordination of different parts under controlling by the neural and then hormonal. Now here see in the pointer place, sight and smell, by seeing of anyone good delicious food, by watching, okay, by observing with our eyes, or sometimes smell out of good flavor, good aroma, okay, this will be stimulate our saliva secretion, okay. If you see, or else by for example Zomato or something advertisements, when you see, automatically in our buccal cavity saliva will secrete. Not only that, at our kitchen onwards or some roadside onwards, something good flavor we felt, that will be stimulate. Today Columb is a too tasty, too smell, maybe that is a too tasty. So that will be central nervous system onwards, uncontrollably saliva secretion will be there, okay, by the controlling of the central nervous system. Not only that, muscular part of the gut, just now I already said peristaltic movement, that is a muscular part, muscular part of the gut, that movement is controlling by the muscular part, so that is a moderated by the neural signal. Now what about hormonal? See, inga parana hormonal control of the secretion, digestive juices, that digestive juices. So in which time digestive juices want to produce, okay, how much quantity want to produce, if anything excessive or any inhibitor, the totally inhibition not to necessary, totally it is carried out by the local hormone. Local hormones anna meaning very important nanna, they are secreting in the one place, their function also in the same place. In which place they are secreting, in the same place they are showing their activities, their function too in the same places. That is the type of hormones we call as a local hormones. For example, in 10th standard you studied endocrinal system, pituitary onwards several hormones are synthesis. That hormones not yet shown their work on their pituitary gland part, they are coming to the, they are traveling through the, or migrated through the with the help of the blood circulation to reach the several glands. For example, pituitary onwards thyroid stimulating hormone secreting, that thyroid stimulating hormone through the blood circulation, it will reach the and our throat places, our neck places, thyroid gland, it can stimulate the thyroid gland. So secretion one place, their function another place. Such things are non-local hormones. But now here what we discussed, hormones are secreting in one place, their function also located in the same place. So that hormones we called as a local hormones. That these local hormones synthesized by with the help of, they are secreting by the gastric intestinal mucosa. Gastric intestinal mucosa means, just your understanding here I doesn't draw, but imagine it in the previous videos, circular cartwheel shaped structure I drawn. They are having gut having the 4 layers, serosa, next muscularis after, then muscular submucosa and mucosa. Mucosa cells onwards several hormones, enzymes will be released. What are the enzymes? Already we seen in the different enzymatic activities in the different glands, that we seen. Now the continuation of the second column, here we said local hormones. That local hormones, what are that local hormones names, what are, which place onwards they are secreting, what they are stimulates, okay, by stimulation of the which part, which are synthesis production is happens. See Nana, here I think little bit dull words, but dull letters, next time I will be used somewhat of colored chalk, this time should be cooperate with me. Okay, gastrin, first word is a gastrin. First word is a gastrin. Second word enterogastrin. Enterogastrin also called as a gastric inhibit peptide. And next one secretin, next cholecystokinin, and next villikinin. Okay, these are the hormones. What are that? First one gastrin, first point. Next one enterogastrin. Then third one secretin. Fourth one cholecystokinin. Fifth one villikinin. These are the points. Okay, now come to the each and every hormone, which place are they are secreting. Gastrin is secreting in the epithelium of the stomach. The word itself we can get it idea. Gastrin, gastric part means stomach only na. So gastrin is secreting in the place of stomach, that stomach intestinal mucosa epithelial layer onwards it will secrete. It will stimulate the it will stimulate the secretion of HCl and pepsinogen. Chief cells, remember Nanana? Chief cells, gastric wall having the sum of the three type of gastric part divided into the three regions. One is a cardiac stomach, another one is a fundic stomach, next one pyloric. Fundic is a middle. In the fundic place having the chief cells, that chief cells only secreting these pepsinogen. So these pepsinogen secretion by the chief cells that initiating or controlling by these gastrin. Okay, so gastrin, it is secreting by the epithelium of the stomach. They are stimulate the secretion of the HCl and the pepsinogen. Stimulation and inhibition necessary based on that their necessaries. And the next one, enterogastrin. Enterogastrin. These enterogastrin also called as a gastric inhibitory peptide. When the food, partially digested food is goes through stomach to into the small intestine. Now stomach plays not necessary any enzymes. So stomach places onwards secreting enzymes, totally gastric juice kadana. So to want to control or inhibit the secretion of gastric juices. So here gastric inhibitory peptide, these hormone secreting from the epithelium of the duodenum. Now these will be inhibit the gastric juice. Okay, when the gastric digestion is completed, then food is entered to the next part of small intestine. Say now gastric juice onwards there is not necessary to the synthesis of the any enzymes. So that will inhibited by the gastrointestinal tract. Enterogastrin, also called as a gastroinhibitory peptide. And then next one secretin. These secretin also secreting from the same part, that is a epithelium of the duodenum. This one play an important role in the stimulation of the pancreatic acini. Do you remember pancreatic acini is a exocrine part. These exocrine part onwards several hormones secrete, several enzymes are secreting, but here especially they are secreting water and bicarbonates because of when the food is enter into the small intestinal from the stomach place pH levels are very more acidic nature. When it is enter the stomach onwards, small intestine want to maintain the base condition. So here neutralization wise water is necessary, bicarbonates are necessary. So that secretion is controlling by these secretin. Okay, then next one cholecystokinin. These cholecystokinin also secreting from the epithelium of the duodenum. This one play an important role in the pancreatic and gallbladder. It will stimulate the synthesis of the pancreatic juice and bile production. Bile production. See here pancreogymin. Cholecystokinin also called as a pancreogymin. Pancreatic pancreogymin. Okay, that you should be remember. And then villi-kinin. These villi-kinin synthesis from the intestinal villi. Mucosa of small intestine having the finger-like projections, that we called as a villi are nothing but intestinal villi. That intestinal villi onwards secreted villi-kinin play an important role in their controlling of the movement of the villi. That villi movement is there now, that by the villi movement it efficiently absorbing the food items, absorbed food. So increasing of absorbed food, okay, by this hormone. Up to now what we completed gastrointestinal hormones. Here gastrointestinal hormones are gastrin, enterogastrin, or gastric inhibitory peptide, secretin, cholecystokinin, villi-kinin. In this one gastrin and villi-kinin except remaining three are producing from the duodenum places, duodenum part. Okay, then next one calorific value of carbohydrates and proteins and fat. Okay, how much food we are taken, from that onwards if 1 gram of absorbed food, digested food, he is producing the how much calories of energy that want to necessary. Okay, see here calorific values of carbohydrates, proteins or fat. Oxidation of 1 gram of carbohydrates. Need clarification in botany or 10th standard you studied glycolysis process, respiration process, correct now. one glucose will be involving in the respiration, correct na? Glucose converted to the pyruvic acid again converted into the following into the Krebs cycle. After electron transport of in mitochondria, they are producing something energy, ATPs. That ATPs are giving to the calories energy. So see here, oxidation of the 1 gram of the protein and carbon dioxide equal to the 4 kilocalories. 4 kilocalories of energy will produce. 1 gram of fat will produce the 9.0 kilocalories. So comparing with the proteins and carbohydrates, fat only is giving to the more calories, but it is a somewhat of unhealthy to our body. Okay, so excessive fat we take, it will causes the something abnormal condition of our bodies. So carbohydrates are chief resources of energy, that we know. Okay, so here you should be remember these calorific values. Proteins and carbohydrates are equal calories they will produce. How much calories? 4.0 kilocalories, but 1 gram of fat oxidation after it will produce the 9.0 kilocalories. Okay, the conclusion of this chapter, this digestion of disorders of digestive system. See here, so what are the disorders? Inflammation of gut and jaundice, vomiting and diarrhea, constipation and indigestion. What is here? Inflammation. If when you take anything food, unfortunately that food is spoiled or toxified by the different microorganisms. Unknowingly that contaminated food if you eat, that bacterial virus will be affected to your alimentary canal. Okay, so it will be causes to the inflammation. Nothing but for example, if you take any dirty water, okay, in that dirty water contains a lot of viral or bacteria, maybe by that dirty water drinking you maybe get a throat infection, correct na? So that is one of the things. So our alimentary canal tract, gastrointestinal tract, by the effect of bacteria and viral infection, it will cause us to the inflammation. And then jaundice is related to the liver disease. Our liver is affected. What is the problem in the jaundice? Here bile pigments theriyum kadana. Bile pigments are producing from the breakdown of the hemoglobin. That bile pigments want to release through the fecal matter. So that is one of the reason our fecal matter is a yellow color. But here bile pigments are accumulating in the liver, and then not only accumulating, they are enter into the blood circulation, then it will be reach the different body parts. So that's why body totally will become a skin will become a yellow color, or eye of the white eye also will become a yellow color. So accumulation of the bile pigments in our body parts and different parts leads to the jaundice. That is the thing. Okay, that is what is the thing? What is the first symptoms? Some of the simple anorexia, lack of hungry feel, appetite missing, loss of appetite, and vomiting. Okay, unwantedly something spoiled or something toxic, some substances if you take are unfavorable smell. When you smell out, automatically vomiting sensation will be initiated in your body, because of in our brain central nervous system, medulla oblongata, one of the part inga parnana medulla oblongata. That medulla oblongata having the one of the important part that is called vomiting center. When the vomiting center is activated, it will initiate to the vomiting, because of our food may be spoilized food, or maybe sometimes smell also leads to a bad smell also leads to the vomiting promotion. Okay, vomiting initiation. So what will happen means here after swallowing of the food through the esophagus, total food will be reach the stomach. Okay, so through the one of the sphincter, that sphincter cardiac sphincter in between of the esophagus and stomach kadanana stomach, but by the vomiting center activation, that cardosphincter, okay, or esogastric sphincter, esophageal gastroesophageal sphincter will be open out. food will be come to the backward direction. Food will be come to the backward direction. So that is a vomiting. We know about vomiting. So in that vomiting time, something bitter taste of our food part, what we add food, it come through our mouth. In that time we will felt some bitter taste because of it mixing with bile. Okay, some quantity of the small, some quantity of the bile. So that's why it is contains something yellow greenish color because of mixing of bile also. And diarrhea, nothing but one type of loose motions. Okay, abnormal frequency of the bowel movement. Okay, uncontrolled movement in the intestinal places, stomach, it will leads to the fluid nature of fecal matter. Okay, not only that, absorption process not at well efficient. When the absorption process is not well efficient, nothing is not at absorbed. So unabsorbed food item, everything in the liquid in form, we have to defecate. So such a thing we called as a diarrhea. And then constipation, it is the opposite word of the diarrhea. Constipation, diarrhea means excessive liberating or so many times repeating loose motions in the daily. Okay, and some situationally. So that is leads to the diarrhea. Constipation means the person can't able to release the fecal matter with freely because of fecal matter is retains in the rectum places in the solidification. Lack of proper water intake, sufficient water intake, fecus will be solid in the place of rectum places. So the person, when he is releasing the fecal matter, he felt something uncomfortable. Okay, so that is the reason in the early in the morning we should be take more than half liter of water. That will be giving to the free motion. When we have the free motion in the everyday, that will be indicates our health is good. Okay, that is one of the indication. So healthy human being, one of the habitual action, releasing of fecal matter with free without any struggle. That is a thing. Okay, then last one, indigestion. We ate several different type of food. Okay, that food containing the lot of spicy food items. Okay, lot of spicy ingredients, adding of chili, something tasty salts, several things. Okay, and not only that, without hungry also we ate several food item by the overeating. Okay, we like some of the delicious food, but we does not get any hungry feel, even though when we ate continuous eating, the food is not at digest. If food is not at digest, automatically stomach totally fulfill condition. Though, so that fulfill condition, getting something uncomfortable feel in the stomach. Okay, for example, if you take anything in the morning time, in the chicken and mutton with a high spicy, okay, that when the same day, afternoon, evening, okay, night itself also you are not at get any hungry feel because of what you ate in the morning, that still it is presence in the stomach place. Lack of proper digestion or continuously overeating, these will be leads to the indigestion. That will be leads to the obesity, something dysfunctions of our alimentary canal. These and all leads. So now what we completed in this video, total digestion absorption topic totally completed with this video. Okay, so the last video we completed defecation, gastrointestinal hormones and disorders of the digestive system and calorific values of the carbohydrates.